Light. I am Priestess Makala as well as Liana and Felicia. We're all here today to help you once again claim your light. So, today we're talking about. I left my notes on the floor. Like, where are my notes? Oh, they're on the floor. Um, Today we're talking about the P word. Then we're talking about the L word. And then we're talking about the S word. And I'm like, oh. So let me start off with calling in the beautiful divine ones of the most benevolent highest light to keep our sacred portals well protected from energies that are non-divine. And yeah, I came out a little later because I had car stuff to do and all that wonderfulness. And, okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this going. This is going to be an interesting one because you're going to be like, well, that's entirely different what I was expecting. When I was getting the info how to put it together, I was like, okay, how is this supposed to unfold? You know, am I just going through the read? And they're like, no, we're going to give it to you. So I'm like, okay. So when I got it, I said, well, this makes a lot of sense. Because if we're incarnating back and forth, well, I think I used this one. Oh, yeah. Let's use this one. I'll use this one. If we're incarnating back and forth, that means that we have seen things that have been just horrific. Things that have just been scary and a part of those timelines. So we're going to go ahead, wherever you are, make sure you have just your water nearby. I got water nearby and I'm drinking my tea, hibiscus, chickweed, and lemon balm. You have to look those up to know what they do, because I'm doing one of my deeper cleanses. And it's one that's all about the, when you have to get rid of, get your body in balance after it's had too many steroids. So last year and a year before that was not a good time for me and my asthma. And so different things I had to take just really wreaked havoc with me. But that's why I'm drinking my hibiscus and my chickweed with lemon balm. With a splash of honey. I like that sweetness with that honey. What do? Oh, I just slipped there. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I gotta move there. So, this one, when I say the word poverty, oh, wait a minute. Let's get everything well protected. Let's get our crystal bubbles and our beautiful lights going. So everyone just close your eyes and just call in your beautiful benevolent light beings of the East to be here and be present, just to bump up the energy of your beautiful crystal orb. So as everyone else comes in, when they come in, it just kind of bumps into it and then it goes bing and lights it up. And then let's just bring our attention to the south of that fire energy, our benevolent light beings there. our guardians. Ask them to come in and just lift up the energy that much more. And bring our attention to the west to bring in of that water, those beautiful benevolent light beings there of the west, bringing in that beautiful energy. And then coming over to the north, bringing our attention to the north of the earth, bringing in that beautiful light, benevolent light beings of the north of earth. Now, just asking for the energy to just expand, become brighter and brighter, emanating that beautiful light, emanating absolute love, and just only allowing positive, loving energy in. That's it. So, it is done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Hope. So, we do not consent to draconian, reptilian, archons, grays, non-human, lower vibrational beings that have yet to figure out their divine light. We do not consent to your lower vibration or your negativities or your daunting words. We don't consent to them. All right, all right, all right. With all that being said, let's jump into it. So, I want you to think about this. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Think about this. When we talk about poverty, when we talk about scarcity, when we talk about lack, we're talking about lineage and timelines that are connected to you that would keep you from having a certain amount of wealth or stability of money coming in. So, or should I say currency or fiat, okay? So, depending on what happened in your ancestral generational, mother, father timelines, that is something that still kind of plays out in the background. And whatever was told to you when you were small about money, that's an imprinted thought. And you've probably been really working hard on trying to undo that, trying to get rid of that, trying to move out of that energy because it's been blocking you. So we're going to really, hold on a second. Just let it sit and soak. So they're going to have to bring us a new one sooner or later. The little patch job ain't working. Sorry about that. They came and looked at the washing machine. They fiddled around with it and put little things in it and reset it. But sooner or later, we're going to have to get a new one. That's going to be dealt with in a different way, a different timeline, for sure. So, I want you to think about this. If you have soul contracts, back in the day when you were a clergy or a priest or a priestess, or when you were a nun, might have been a slave in Egyptian times, Holocaust, anything dealing with all the different wars. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. All the different wars that have come in. 1, 2, 3, all of these different war energies. And then we go a little bit back further when it started really being manipulated about crashing stock markets and stuff. So when we look at things like when we're talking about dealing with poverty, when we're talking about dealing with scarcity and dealing with lack, we're looking at the year when it really started in 1772. Okay, think about it. So in 1772, there was a crisis. Now, go into 1791 and 1792. That was financial crisis. Okay? Look at these timelines. Okay? Then we go into 1929, which was the Great Depression. Okay? So from there, and then all the others in between, as we get up to now, are energies of a system that's been put in place. Thank you. I was wondering how to say this. That's been put in place that makes money off of the ones that are born into the system through the slave system and do not carry the bloodline that puts you in a bracket where you never have to experience lack, scarcity, and poverty. So you have certain individuals that stay up here. They're on the outside of the circle because they are the ones that created the circle where they're going to put the majority of the people that will feel this. The majority of the stock here in this circle. And here is where the game comes in on this stock to collect money that's been taken out on this stock through incarnating back here. Okay? Which means it's set at a certain level for some who might get past it and some who might not be able to get past it. But they set everything in motion through a schooling system. Okay? Following? So when we look at these years, these pretty interesting target years where things go up and others benefit from that, and then they sell off and then they get the money from it. And then the ones that are caught in this lack, poverty, scarcity energy just sits there. And you're feeling like there's no way out. You collect the debt, but you're working so that you can pay the debt, so you can have the home, so you can have the car, so you can have the money, so you can have the things that you like, but there's always a debt to pay. And the game is you're always going to be chasing to pay the debt off that was put on you from the time of birth. A contract, okay? Which means that the contracts right now have to break, because we're talking about all the way back to the times when these certain creature beings came in on this planet and took over and decided to enslave people to a system. So I heard something that was so like crazy, and I said, this is why we break these soul contracts, because you have to. It's not about, oh yeah, let's just do it, yay, we're going to see. No, because you have to. And I want you to just think about this. Take yourself back to the times of Egypt, okay? Go back where these creature god beings came in wanting to be worshipped and all this crap, okay? And then they knew how to harness and capture the soul of a slave when they would die. and capture that soul, bring it right back to be enslaved again in the same system of being enslaved to them. Another debt, another contract, another soul contract. So when we talk about breaking poverty, scarcity, lack, not being able to, you make your money, but is never what you really want it to really be because of these contracts and however inundated they are in your bloodline. So when we talk about breaking these contracts, we have to break them from the mother-father cells. We have to break them from generational and ancestral because this was put through the whole lineage of your line. Now, if you were born a royal and you had the blood and you have the money, that keeps you out of this circle. That keeps you out of there. Unless you do something that was not okay and unruly and they decide to kick you out of your heritage and all that stuff. Okay? They have their own rules in that world. But this one today, we're going to really go in and just clear those contracts on those places where your soul might have visited, where you might have been. You might have been around the Great Depression. And if you were around the Great Depression, you might have been one of the people who went through the Holocaust. So let's look at the Great Depression. Let's look at that one. Because that one is tied into hoarding. That one's tied into hoarding. Lack of food, not really sure what's going to happen. So every little thing you get, you keep it because you don't know if you're ever going to get it again. That's where that comes from. Okay? It's the fear of not having it. And it's also the fear of letting go of something and not being able to have it again. I might not be able to get this. So, I see this. I'm going to go ahead and collect this. And I'm not going to be able to get it again. Okay? So that comes from the fear of not having. But all of these little things create that blockage of lack, the scarcity, the poverty. Okay? When you go into something, if you've taken a vow, look at the monks, look at the priests, the nuns, but take it all the way back further. When you take a vow of poverty, you're not going to have to worry about money. You're being of service. Some of you are being of service and you still have these contracts hanging over your head that conflicts with you about if you should charge for your services or not. That makes you feel like, if I charge too much for my services, then I'm feeling like it's too much. Okay, so we got to clear that one because that's not true. Not in this day of time. Everyone needs to have an energy exchange for what they do. Period. No ifs and buts about it. So let's really dive in to paying attention to those words when we're talking about poverty, when we're talking about lack, when we're talking about scarcity, and where it's coming from. When you feel yourself struggling, or you're afraid that you're not going to have the money, or you're afraid you're not going to be able to pay that bill, where is that coming from? Is that something that brings up that energy and it makes you feel like, does it bring up a memory of something when you were young and you saw your mom and your dad struggling? Or does it bring up a memory where they would tell you, no, we got to be on a budget? that word budget. You're going to budge? Budget. Don't budge. Don't get. Don't budget. Okay? So, these are those spell words we need to break. And just by you saying you don't consent to the timeline and talking to the DNAs and talking to the subconscious mind and talking to the super subconscious mind of the ether itself and really saying, okay, wherever this contract exists in my other lifetimes that is still kind of following me around like malware in the background, I don't consent to you anymore. You are no longer valid on this timeline that is turning into the positive timeline. Okay. This is what we are moving into. This is that commanding part of ourselves. I am now commanding this contract. This is also going up into Akashic records and commanding those records to be cleared. Okay? So that's what this is going to be about. We're going to visit when you are a monk, a clergy, priest, a priestess, the nun, the Egyptian slave, Holocaust energy, and anything with all the wars straight across. Okay? And then going back and stepping into that energy of 1772, clearing from there. We're going to start there first. Okay? That's where we have to start because the majority of a lot of the more past timelines, there was just maybe the coins, the gold coins and things that were used or trade. Okay? But when we started with the real money part, that paper that came out, we have to bring it back where it was being traded in on here. Gold and silver, and then it switched to that paper. Okay? So, I want you to just really think about how you're going to be putting yourself in that space to see all the timelines of it. Okay? So everyone get comfortable. We're going to step into it. And when I start talking about this, I start getting all heated up. I'm like, oh my God. Here we go. And we're going to journey. But what I want you to do, you can see it for what it is. You don't have to interact with it. All you have to do is just say, I am not consenting to this. Okay. Just bring yourself into your presence of you. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. And just know we're setting the intentions of moving out of contracts of lack, scarcity, and poverty. And we're moving them out of the mother-father setup of their belief, through the grandparents, their beliefs, all the way down through ancestors, and all the way down as far as it goes to clear it. Because when you take a vow of poverty, you say, I take this vow of that. So we're going to get rid of that. And then making sure to move out of that. The slave owns nothing. cannot buy anything, cannot own anything. Think about that. Okay, and I'm not just talking about like like a color's enslaved. I'm talking about a human being that is enslaved cannot own a house, cannot own the property, cannot own a car, cannot have money to go do what they want. They are under submission to the controller. Okay? So, we're going to start. We're going to go there. And I'm just going to say it. And as I'm saying the names, the vows, the contracts, you are not consenting to that anymore. We are getting rid of those timelines. And then we're going to talk about what tomorrow's going to be about. Oh, yeah. Okay, so all I need you to do is just say the words after me. I hereby state your name. Peter, Michaela, Alicia, Liana. No longer consent to all the vows of poverty, scarcity, and lack timelines. As a clergyman, a priest, a priestess, a nun, an Egyptian slave, or a human slave underneath draconian, reptilian, Greys, Anunnaki enslavement system. Okay. Holocaust survivor. War 1, 2, and 3. And I now take my consciousness all the way back to 1772 crisis to 1791 financial crisis, 1792 financial crisis, 1929 the Depression, and all of the other financial hardships all the way up to this present time. I now hereby no longer consent to those timelines from the past, the present, and future timelines. Here on this earth and other worlds and galaxies, wherever there may be a soul contract of currency, debt owing money. Subconscious mind and super subconscious mind, I ask you now to clear and treat these memories, these cellular DNA timeline memories. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale out. Breathe. Subconscious mind and super subconscious mind. Extract, void, deactivate, transmute, clear, delete these soul contracts on 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16 dimensional timelines of all 140,000 of myself. Breathe. Inhale, exhale out. Now taking a nice deep breath and hold the breath. And just say, I no longer consent to these timelines. Exhale out. I now ask that these soul contracts are cleared from my mother, father cells, my generational cells, and ancestral timelines. Breathe, inhale, exhale out. Let this be cleared through my DNA, RNA, mitochondria, protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms and molecules. I ask the subconscious mind and super subconscious mind, deactivate these contracts, clear and treat. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath. Exhale out. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let everything start moving out. Some of you might get flashes. You might feel like a tingle, a pain. Just allow that to move out. And you're not consenting to the contract, the soul contracts anymore. You are liberating yourself out of this contract. Those are old timeline energies of old beliefs and thoughts that are not true in this lifetime for you now, because you are consciously making a decision to detach from that energy. And breathe. Allow yourself to just detach from it. And now just see this beautiful spiral of golden light and deep purple coming in and spiraling, intertwining all around you, clearing out all of that energy of those contracts, those soul contracts. And it's taking it out of your astral body, your etheric body, moving it out of that space. Moving it out of the hologram body self, the manifestation body self, soul center, your subtle body, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. And just moving it out of that soul matrix and that genetic cellular memory. And even the genetic cellular code. Moving it out of there. Just clearing. And it's just going to drop all the way down and clear through every chakra. Clearing that channel. Getting rid of those timelines. And moving those timelines, those hooks and cords to those contracts. Just say, moving out those hooks and cords to those soul contracts. I consent no more. breathe. Okay, allow that beautiful gold and that purple, that deep purple, to now lift up, clearing that out of your space, feeling that lightness come up, moving that contract that's been sitting on you, the extension of it, and all the hooks and cords are removed. Archangel Michael, please come in and remove those hooks and cords with your divine light and sword. Thank you so much. And just breathe. Now we're going to step into beautiful, beautiful crystal spiral. And we're moving into this beautiful diamond white light. And as this diamond white light comes in, it has beautiful blues and greens spiraling within it. Being fully activated. Just allow it to spiral around you, renewing your energy, allowing you to now set new energies in place within the diamond light, within the crystal spiral. And now you say, I command, say the words, now to divinely align my crown, my third eye, my throat, my heart, my solar plexus, my sacral, my root, to my earth star and water star. And immediately going all the way back up to the crown and soul star, through the spirit star, and the universal and galactic and divine gateway. And bring it all the way back down to the heart, divinely aligning me. Breathe. Activate my prosperity and my abundance. I now anchor into the positive timeline. I now claim my divine wealth and good health. I claim my abundance of flowing love and currency. Breathe in, hold the breath, exhale out, and say the words, activate, divinely align, accelerate, amplify. And say thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel that alignment. Allow it to root within the positive timeline. And state, I now attract positive currency of what do you want to attract? Silver, gold, equal money for my energy exchange with honor and respect of my time and my energy. Honor and respect of my time, of my energy. I speak this in truth within myself. Take a deep breath here. Exhale out. It's done, it's done, it's done. And now just let that beautiful spiral activate into a beautiful silver divine light, iridescent, all around you like twinkle lights. And just let it take care of your auric field, making it strong and healthy, sealing in all that goodness of what you just did. But here's the catch. I now magnetize and attract exactly what I desire to me through my high heart self and all that I am in this present moment, because I am worthy, I am deserving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And breathe it out. And so it is. And so it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Spiral. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you, all divine. So activate the codes of each person that is sitting in here or in watching this video later. Activate their divine codes within the spine. Thank you. Breathe. Exhale it out. Thank you. Done. Ashe. Okay. How's everyone feeling? Drink some water. Is everyone good? Oh, love hearts. Yay. Say love hearts. Okay. Just kind of sit within it. So, here's the deal. Feeling good. Feeling happy. Excellent. I want you to hold that. Might be so like family tribe. Because tomorrow is going to be a kick butt day. I sat up and I was like, okay, let me look at the numbers for tomorrow. And I go, okay, it's 5 months. It's going to be a 10. Okay, well, 2 5s put together can make a 10. All right, it could go to a 6 or you go 6 and 4. All right. That's 20, 24. Okay, that makes an 8. I add them all up together and they come to a 23. And then you add the 2 and the 3 together. What do you get? Another 5. Tomorrow is one of those days that you can choose to be chaotic or you can choose to be a badass magical being. But here's the deal. You have to do things different tomorrow. That means if you're going to go to work, you go a different route. Go a different way. Take a different route. Go different. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. That means if you're traveling, going somewhere, you don't stop off at the same places that you do on your travels all the time on the way to the destiny. You change it. Change that. Change the energy. Okay? So, why do you think I'm saying you have to make some little changes? Say like if you were sleeping in your bed and you always wake up at 6 o'clock. Change it. Maybe get up at 6:07 or 6:06 or 6:30. Change it. Or if you got to get up early, you want to get up early, you get up earlier. Maybe you want to get up at 5:05 or 5:23. Just saying. So, I want you to think about, you have to make changes. Because what's happening, you are creating that timeline of what you want to change into. And I really invite you to think about, what do you want to attract to you? What are you setting the intention, spending the energy to bring to you? Okay? You need to be the alchemist tomorrow, because it's all about balance and harmony. Okay? And it's all about the elementals. All of them are going to be on point, literally, tomorrow. So these energies, you can be chaotic or not chaotic. Okay? But you got to have the balance. You got to be in the middle. So if something's coming at you that's not in balance, and it's not cool, and it doesn't feel right, you just say, I'm not stepping into this. I'm choosing higher timeline. Okay? Imprint on a higher timeline versus getting anchored in on a negative one. Let me say that again. Imprint on a higher timeline versus hooking in on a negative one. Okay? Because this 5-5 energy is going to create that change. Do something different that's more beneficial to your mind, your emotional self, your physical body, and your spirit. Maybe you've been wanting to have a meal at this one restaurant and you never gave yourself permission to go have it. Maybe go do that. Or maybe there's this place that you saw that you wanted to go into and you always pass by it, but you never stop in there. Maybe you need to do that. Okay? So, tomorrow is one of those high potent days. We got hit pretty good with some potent light today. It happened yesterday, happened again today. So some of you might be feeling sleepy tired, feeling headaches, might have a little bit more increase in your sinus stuff and allergies. That's okay. Do what you need to do. Do your healing on yourself. Get yourself in balance. But know that tomorrow is like that day of, it's kind of like the to the self day. It's one of those where you just kind of be, but you kind of create very gently. Yeah, today was one of those days. Let me tell you, I was watching Sage Goddess doing her crystals show. I was like, oh, that looks nice. That looks good. Oh my gosh, I really like that. Oh, how much is that? Oh my goodness. And then I'm watching, I'm like, oh, that's pretty. And the next thing I know, I'm like, what? I'm like, what the heck? I just fell asleep. What the heck? Okay, so as this energy gets more intense, you're going to feel that sleepiness off and on. You're going to feel that energy coming in. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's so over inundating into the body to where you just feel like sleepy. But today I noticed something really interesting. When I set the intention and said things are going to get done in a timely manner, it was like boom, boom, boom. Okay, really pay attention to how you set up your day. You control that. You flow in on a different timeline. It's actually kind of fun when you get the hang of it and you start Oh, okay, I got it now. And pay attention to how mother's talking and how you're hearing her. Okay, that's really interesting right now. Pay attention to when the wind blows through your window and you hear it, and you hear her make that sound or that moaning sound, like she's releasing and she's moving up. Pay attention, because she's really expressing herself now. It's a beautiful thing when you really kind of just tap out of this energy. You tap into that and you just lay in your bed and you can just listen how far your dimensional self extends out in things that you hear. And when those frequencies come in and they might be divine, they might be artificial, you can simply say, you know what? I'm not consenting to you if you're not divine. And it has to go away because it has to do what you say. Oh, it's about to get really fun now. So, any questions? Anybody sitting with a question on their mind? I'm just going to pull 2 cards to kind of work with for tomorrow, because I will put some info in and do a quick video tomorrow just about working with the rest of the prosperity energy. I'm going to actually put the codes in the video up tomorrow because I'm going to be on the road and I have to go to Shasta. Yes, yes. I actually already went there last night because I was sitting on a mountain and I was talking to somebody. And I said, okay, this makes a lot of sense. So, and it's just that one of those things. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. And if you've been feeling kind of stressed out, time to take a medicine bath. You've been feeling like edgy, people not hearing you, take a medicine bath. Don't get tapped into the shenanigans. I already had that one. I need a different one. Thank you. Oh, shit. That's a good one. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm going to give you this message. Where's the book? There it is. Okay. So, the lepidolite. Man, I'm looking at the word lepidolite, but then I look and I'm like, let me see if you see what I see. What we just finished talking about. I'll tell you in one moment what a medicine bath is. Lepidolite. 32. 5. Lepidolite is one of those stones, if you don't own a piece, it's Mother Nature's own form of Valium. It's a stone that literally calms you down when you have anxiety, when you feel like, oh my gosh, I just put a piece of lepidolite in your hand and you're like, like, what I tell you, I sleep in a bed of stones. I literally sleep in a bed called the bedrock. So this is my lepidolite. It's a beautiful piece. I got a good price on it. And then this is, I always have to have a labby. Okay. The flash on this is just incredible and it's very soothing to work with. So these two I like to have and just lay in bed and I just go, okay. So that's lepidolite. Lepidolite 32. Harmonics, harmony, peacefulness, joyful, interconnectingness. I love it. How to stay calm. You're going to need that for tomorrow because you want to stay in balance. Okay? Then we got for what have we left behind or forgotten? What have we forgotten? Creation. What did I say left behind for? Creation. This is very self-explanatory. What are you creating? What's the creation behind what you're creating? You're the creator. What are you creating? How are you being connected? Okay. So a medicine bath is always with a cup of sea salt in your bath water, because when you put sea salt in your bath water, it neutralizes the chlorine that comes through your bath water, and anything that's weird in your water, it kills it. Okay? So I like to do a cup and a half of sea salt. I like to also take and do like a half of box of baking soda. That's a detoxing. It's an extraction feeling. It pulls things out. If you're not doing a clay on top of that, but you can do the baking soda and sea salt, and it's very cleansing. It's very, get stuff off of you. Okay? I have a seashell that I use because that's a part of who I am. I bathe with a seashell. And this seashell, I fill it up with the water and scoop it up, and I pour it all down the back of my neck, getting that spine, because a lot of us, when you're sitting at computers, you're sitting in your car, you're getting hit in your psychic points right here all the time. Okay? And this is a lot of time, this is where you're getting a lot of your headaches. If it's not here, it's here through this neck area. So you always want to make sure you clean this off. If you have long hair, lift that hair up and get rid of all that stuff that sits back there. Okay? And this is where you want to make sure when you're soaking in your beautiful medicine bath, you set the intention. You can use your oils like cedarwood. I like that because it's very grounding, very healing. Rose oil takes up the frequency of your water. If you use lemon, a few drops of lemon, you want to use that as part of extraction, getting things off of you. Lime is also a good one too. And it's basically draw the bath water. If you want to put some bubbles in there, I like having my bubbles. Yes, I like my bubbles. And I like to charge my bath water. So I have big crystal that I put inside my bath water. And when it's running, the water hits the crystal and it's charging the bath water. So whatever hits the crystal is diffusing out, and it's actually creating structured water. Okay. So I make sure my crystals are in there. And then as I'm playing with the temperature, I'm taking and I'm spinning either my hand or with another crystal into the bath water. And I'm stirring it, and I'm setting the intentions. And I'm saying, okay, this is going to be a bath where I want my nervous system to calm down. I want to relax. I want to feel good. I want to have a nice, peaceful sleep. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Mothers of the Waters, for this beautiful water portal that I'm creating. This medicine that I set within. The spirit of water. Thank you. And I just put my hands over it and light it up. I like my candles, put my candles around the tub. And then I like to have my smudge. Either you're going to do sage or maybe do Palo Santo, something like that. Get it all swirled into your bathroom place. And then you go into the waters with the intentions of, I am renewing myself. I am releasing what is not supposed to be on me. I'm getting rid of all that stuff. And then lay back, get comfortable, get your towels nice and wet and put them over your eyes and be quiet. A lot of times when we're in a medicine bath, we're too busy in our head. Oh, we gotta do this, gotta do, we do. No, stop it. This is your time to just be in the water and just be quiet. Ain't nobody pulling on you. Nobody's trying to get you to do something right now. Turn the damn phone off. Be with yourself. You're in a sacred portal of water. This is the time you can commune. This is the time you can use your pendulum. If you want to douse out and ask some questions, you can do it right there because the water is sacred. It's a living being of water that you're in. You are water. The water is outside of you. Both of you are going to be communicating. It's going to give you the answers that you're looking for. It's quiet time. Like one time when I was in my tub, and this is how I got my other dragon, she comes in and I got towel on my face, and I'm like, I feel like something's in here with me. It feels like it's really big. I take the towel and I go, oh my God, it's a dragon. I go, are you lost? And she was so pretty the way she came in. She goes, hi, I'm here to talk to you. How are you? I go, I'm in a tub. I know. Let's talk. So I said, okay. She introduced herself. She told me what her name is, what she does, and she was here to work with me. And I said, are you with the divine light? Because if you're not, I have something in here that will take care of you. And she started laughing. She says, you are just always, I have to be ready. I don't care. So she let me know she was perfectly divine. Well, she had to be divine because she was just so beautiful. I was just like, holy crap, a dragon's in the bathtub. It's looking over me right now. So this is the time when you commune. And then there's always the beautiful times, especially if you are a woman and you are in your tub water and you just want the anointment and love of beautiful creator mom, creator divineness of mom energy coming in, whether it's Pachamama or we're looking at Oshun or Yamaye, or if we're looking at our big divine cosmic mother coming in. They're all connected. They're all moms. And they come in and they give you that nurturing. And then this is a place too when you feel like you need to just release and if you need to cry. Because this is a place where you can get that out and release that. When the men go into the water, this is a time that you submerge yourself in that water and you're allowing yourself to relax out of gotta do. How about you just sit back and slide into receiving some beautiful, loving energy from your water that can help replenish and recenter you. And then it's nothing like when you're bathing with a beautiful seashell that scoops up the water and you pour that over your third eye and just allow that just to cleanse, keeping your eyes closed. And it's the strangest sensation when you pour water from a shell over you. My shell is big. It's those big shells, okay? And I scoop it up and it has a little spiral in the center of it. And I just take that water and I pour it over myself. Okay? That's a medicine bath. When you're in the medicine bath, you can call in the directions around you while you're having a good bath. But make sure you take it down, opposite direction, and tell everybody thank you. Or you're going to have some distraction noise going on in the bathroom. Things falling over because everyone's, are we done here? Not coming back in? Can we go? Make sure you give respect and say thank you for being here. Benevolent beings of light that brought some good healing medicine to me in the waters. Go in peace. Come back again in time and medicine healing ways. There. Okay? That's the medicine bath. So, medicine baths are good to take. And your bed can be your medicine also, how you have it set up. You know, your crystals on the corner end, making it nice and healing for yourself. Hell, everybody's always waiting on a damn med bed. How about you make your bed a med bed? What makes a med bed? It's a set intention of how you want your body to be healing at night when you're sleeping. What stones do you want to put in the bed? What type of sacred geometry do you want to design for your bed and sleep in it? Understand the sacred geometry first before you put it on the bed so you know if it's giving you energy or taking energy away from you. It has to be giving energy to you, replenishing you, okay? How do you cut sacred shapes and place them on the edge of your mattress so that they're pointed inwards towards the bed to feed energy towards you as far as nurturing your body? And then you have crystals that sit on the top of those. And then the color sheets that you're sleeping in. And I've already talked about the cotton thing. Make sure you're sleeping in cotton sheets, not that polyester crap you're cooking yourself. Okay? Not that micro fabric crap you're cooking yourself. Yeah. Get that cotton on the bed. Women, you should be wearing your nice cotton cooling type of gowns if you do that. If some of you don't wear that to bed, I'm sorry. I had an experience. I just don't want to go there again. I have to remain covered because you just never know anymore. So we won't go down that road because that was, yeah, fire department and all kind of crazy stuff happened. But nah, never again. So you want to make sure that you are sleeping in that beautiful natural fibers right now. Okay? That helps you a lot right now with your body. All right? Any other questions? Hope I answered it okay for you. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, tomorrow, I will leave some codes that you can work with for bringing in that energy. But I really want you to be in the moment, okay? Because tomorrow, like I said, is a complete 5 day. The numbers go back into itself and turns into a 5, okay? That's powerful. That's like, the 5 is like looking at you and saying, all right, I'm going to tell you how this is going to go down right now. I see you kind of having some stuck situations going on right there. I'm number 5. I'm going to help you to balance that out. But you know what? I think you need a little bit more, like a little bit of a push. So I'm going to give you maybe about 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there to kind of recalibrate yourself. And then I'm going to come in with something and I'm going to show you a different way to do that. Okay? This is how that's going to go. All right. I am number 5. There you go. Bye. That's all you're going to get. So, remember, 5 can be also chaotic. So, you got to be balanced. Okay? All right, lovelies. Let's be good to ourselves. Say it with me. I'm divinely awake. I'm divinely alive. I'm divinely free. I divinely am heard. I'm divinely seen. And I'm divinely loved. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Be in your light. Claim your light. Break those contracts tonight. Boy, had to say that because it felt good to kind of rhyme it. So break those contracts. Get rid of them. You don't need to have them playing in the background for you anymore. And stop living in the fear of having something. Give yourself permission and allow yourself to have it. That's how you create that new timeline. So everybody tomorrow, do something different. Okay? Do it a different way. All right? All right. Much love to all of you. Thanks so much for joining me here once again. I'm just simply your galactic priestess of spiral light. Have a good night. Bye.